What is consciousness? It's often said that this intractable question is a great mystery that philosophers and scientists will struggle to decipher for ages to come. There's a sense in which that is clearly wrong. You know what consciousness is simply by virtue of being a conscious creature. Of course, the inner life of a subject doesn't immediately answer which metaphysical or scientific account of consciousness is correct, but it does immediately answer the opening question of what is consciousness? When it comes to subjective experience, the having is the knowing. You know what consciousness is by virtue of undergoing conscious experiences. In fact, that's the only way you could know. To quote Galen Strawson, "Every day, it seems, some verifiably intelligent person tells us that we don't know what consciousness is. The nature of consciousness, they say, is an awesome mystery. I find this odd because we know exactly what consciousness is. Whereby consciousness, I mean what most people mean in this debate. Experience of any kind whatever. It's the most familiar thing there is, whether it's experience of emotion, pain, understanding what someone is saying, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, or feeling. It is in fact the only thing in the universe whose ultimate intrinsic nature we can claim to know. It is utterly unmysterious." End quote. Not only do we know what consciousness is, all we know is consciousness. Everything comes to us through consciousness. As far as we're concerned, there's nothing but a world of consciousness. The problem is that the question, what is consciousness, is ambiguous. As outlined a moment ago, there are at least two senses in which it's profoundly mistaken to think that we don't know what consciousness is. It's even a little strange to pose the question in the first place. It's just this. But there's a sense in which it's not at all unreasonable to say that the nature of consciousness is mysterious. We don't know which account of consciousness is true. Of course, in that case, there are better ways to present that question. What is consciousness is not a clear formulation of the question of whether substance dualism, epiphenomenal property dualism, Russellian panpsychism, reductive materialism, or any of our other metaphysical theories about consciousness are close to the mark. And this is the area where pessimism about the mystery of consciousness is a reasonable position to defend. The name for this pessimistic view is mysterianism.